We need to give Robelis Despaigne a little bit of slack. It feels like yesterday we were just praising this man for being one of the best UFC prospects we've ever had. But as it goes, MMA fans get rid of somebody or lose interest as soon as somebody gets one loss or one very boring fight, saying they're a bum, a fraud, tomato can, and worst of all, a bust. Now, I'm not saying he's one of the best heavyweights we've ever seen in the octagon, let alone the heavyweight division. I'm just saying for his level, he can go very far in this division, especially against the likes of guys like Sergey Pavlovich, who has a great track record of Tai Tuivasa and Derek Lewis. But in the words of Nate Diaz,
seem to have it all figured out when you're fighting midgets.
Alexander Volkov, who I think would give Despaigne the hardest fight on the feet besides Tom Aspinall and John Jones. Tai Tuivasa and Derek Lewis, who I honestly put in the same category of Pillsbury Doughboy body one-punch KOs. Which, depending on how good Despaigne's chin is, I don't think that's going to happen. But we saw in his most recent fight against Waldo Cortez that he's not a very technical striker. He kind of just stands there with his hands down, baiting you to come in. But against anybody that hits hard, it's not going to work out. Which is why it's kind of iffy for me on if he's going to do good. Because he has a very high risk, high reward style. Willing to take a shot, to give you one, to put your lights out. Which he is very capable of doing. Now, to the ground game aspect of it. And I'll be frank with you folks. The only thing that he can do right now at his age is learn takedown defense. Because it felt like against Waldo Cortez, the one thing that was holding him back is that he's so big and lanky, as Cortez was constantly utilizing that and threatening the Kimura. But in recent updates, he has been training at American Top Team, so maybe his ground game is going to develop. So this might be his chance to develop a level of ground game that could keep him on the feet. But best case scenario, I think he can go the Francis Ngannou route, well, before the Anthony Joshua fight, of staying patient, taking his time, and trying to pick his shots. So in short, I think Robelis Despaigne can become a very high-profile fighter in this division if he tweaks certain parts of his game. You know who else gets a lot of hate, even though a lot of it is undeserved, and if they just improve certain parts of their games, they can become elite, world-class fighters? Ian Gary. But that's a video for another day.